Alright, we're live. Alright,
Alright,
we're live.
good evening everyone, and welcome to AFC17's upper bracket semifinals. And today we have the top teams in the division. Because Anuj is unfortunately unavailable every single week. Let's not talk about that. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Today we have Rhodes Island, aka Rui's team, aka Sua's team, aka Neighbor's team, also aka Gosi's team. And on the other team, we have Koreans, which, they're called ITHACA, but we just call them the Korean team because they're all Korean. And, that's just how it is sometimes. Anyway, so I guess to get started, we can go through the rosters. So maybe Mans, do you want to go through the Rhodes Island roster right before we start?
Okay. Oh shit, they're gonna start. Okay, on Rhodes we have Alton Roman, Evan Pocket, Pocket Scouts Sezi, Flank Scouts Rui, Suas on Medic, and Space on Demo. It's a pretty good roster swap. I think they have a very good chance of winning this if Sez has his game together.
That's a fair assessment. So what do you think? So who do you think are the players to watch for this game? Like who has to pop up besides Sezi?
Probably Neva. Like Neva has to manage his team properly. Like he's pretty much the carry of the team, cause like he has the biggest will to win, I guess.
Biggest will to win.
Yeah.
The will of fire. Very nice, very nice. I would say that Alt and Rui, they're pretty menacing on the flank as well. Alt goes for a lot of nutty shots. I'm sure you guys have seen his frag vid. And if not, then if someone could paste it in chat, that would be really good for him. Get the publicity up. And Rui, oh man, just like playing against Rui is such a nightmare because like I can count the amount of times. I literally can't count the amount of times where he just like came up behind me and just two-shot me and he made me drop. So yeah, Rui's kind of a beast on flank, not gonna lie, even though he's really used to playing combo scout. Anyway, as for the Korean roster, we have AKZ and Vinia on scout. So AKZ has been around for quite some time. He's always been like a pretty stable presence in the Korean scene, but unfortunately I'm pretty sure this is going to be his last season because he's going to go off to his military service. And as for Vinia, well, not much is to be said about him. He's just an MGE scout. That's pretty much all I know about him. He just plays a lot of MGE. And as for the soldiers, they have Striker. So Striker and Vinia are actually like the longest. These two players have been on the team for like ever since it started, I guess. They've been around for quite some time. And Striker is also another MGE lord. There are a lot of MGE lords in Korea for some reason. And their roamer, now their roamer is arguably one of their star players. It's Baxter, aka ITHACA. He is kind of a beast on flank. He also has like really, really amazing off-classing skills. He goes to a lot of these spy plays, he goes for a lot of these sniper plays. So we should probably watch out for that. Definitely got in the Baxter camp for some of these mids as well.
Who's the demo?
And as for their demo, they have Tibet. So Tibet actually played for Luminaire back in the day. And he's just recently made his return. This is kind of a recent roster swap actually. And as for their medic, we have the famous Overwatch player who played for the NMAX Excel in Season 1, aka Janus. Now, Janus, he's kind of a very aggressive medic player. He goes for a lot of swords, he goes for a lot of arrows, and he has some pretty aggressive positioning, but at the same time, he has some pretty nutty jukes and movement as well. So I guess that wraps up the roster sections of it. I guess we're going live. Perfect timing. Wow!
Damn, that's fast.
That was fast.
Alright, we'll be on the Tibet camp here for the first minute. He's gonna be rolling out through the, pretty basic stuff. He's just rolling out choke. Space is gonna be reaching around the same time. Both demo doesn't manage to get the damage in. Gonna hit quite a lot of damage on Sua. Sua brought down to 100 HP. Gonna take the small pack. All healed up. Striker's gonna go in. He's gonna hit. Red team's just pushed out of mid. They lose their demo, then they lose Rui, and then they just have to leave. They have no choice.
So that was actually a pretty standard mid from the Koreans. So what happened there, or like the reason that Rhodes Island lost that mid is just because the Koreans played under so much better. Like they had like two people contesting under at the exact same time, but oh wait, let's not talk about that because Alt is going in for a sack. And he just U-turns out. He's just getting a bit of space for his team, and his team is going to be able to recontest second. Baxter is contesting River though, he's on their medic. And he gets the
gets the
fourth.
fourth.
Wow, he went super deep there. That should not have happened, but I guess, you know, everyone
that
has a bit
should
of
never
a...
happen. Swell was
Yeah.
just alone the whole time.
I guess, like, you know, you just can't expect that, right? Like, who goes for a play that fast? Anyway, you're going to see blue team here pushing into the big door. Taking space for free. They're going to take this point for free as well, but there's a solid on them.
Oh,
and
there's the
Al
counter
goes in
post
for the
coming in
huge
from
stat.
Alt. Very nice stuff. They're gonna try
AKZ is
getting
still in
some-
top right though, trying to get some space in.
They're opting to keep pushing last here. AKZ is gonna go to water, gonna get blasted by Space. Space just putting down stickies on the point. Blue team just trying to get whatever they can.
Oh, but Itachi's on.
But
I mean, Besta is on point. No one can stop him. Oh,
yes,
now
seems like they can. Three is more than one, and that's gonna come into effect since yeah, Koreans are gonna get wiped.
They won the match game.
They won the math game.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there, the Koreans kind of just overstayed their welcome. They peaked river for a bit too long, and both of the red team solids, they both just got in onto the river, and it just got like 3 frags there. So that was kind of why they lost. They probably shouldn't have stayed in for that long. But anyway, we're going to see them opting to push in through big door here. So they're trying to get in for free without using their Uber, but Tibet has tapped on both sides. The chance out here though, and they decide to use. That is a very questionable use.
I don't know.
At least they're going to get 3 frags out of it.
I think Suwa saw that like
The control point is
Space
being
was going to
contested.
die because he had like 4 stickies on his feet, and then he just opted to use. He didn't want his demo to die. I'm guessing.
Understandable. But now blue team has a really big Urad.
Nice.
And
Man.
all goes in for these fours. Wow! It's kind of amazing how the Soys keep getting these single stacks in.
I don't know. These pops are kind of. I don't know. These pops are kind of awkward from both teams actually. Just pop in these positions where they can't catch anything.
Our control.
Seems like.
And now we see the Uber is in favor of the red team. So they're just gonna wait for the Uber. They're just gonna there's gonna be a bit of downtime before they get the Uber. And blue team is finishing really far back. So it's gonna be really hard for them to get a good Uber out of here. But you know, if they can get 1 or 2 frags, then that would be pretty good for them. They're positioning on choke. So he spots the sickies. They're getting through choke for free. They haven't used yet, and there's not much pressure on them actually. Al goes in aggressive on the right side. A scout is caught. Very nice. Now it is going to even out, but at least red team has pretty much taken bit for free. They didn't really lose much out of it. And now I can see them maybe going for some big door pressure. Yeah, and we see red team bringing their heels in through big door. Their soldiers in for a
fly
stat.
into Janus.
Gets a bit of damage on this scout, but doesn't get much out of it.
They did
Oh,
nothing
wow.
for that.
I guess that was a bit of overcommitment there in the big door.
I guess Rui was just trying to make some space for all, but fortunately he got caught out. So that's
Alert. Our control point is
that's just unfortunate. Red team just looking to do something here, just trying to hold choke. They're gonna trade in the overs, pop on space, and
But they do drop
Nothing
2
for them.
right?
It's really
drop
for them.
2. They dropped their demo and their soldier. This is looking really dire for ITHACA. They're gonna have to give up midpoint here since they lose another one. Space is gonna go to big door. He's opting to just keep going. Forward's locked out. Oh, is he gonna get one? Seems like he isn't. Oh,
That was a pretty good trade on their part. They pretty much just got 2 during the Ubers. I think the Koreans probably overcommitted like Tibet there. He peeked choke a little bit too hard, he kinda got caught out.
then he had to get flashed. And yeah,
Kind of a disaster Uber, but you know, it happens.
it happened. Yeah. Oof.
But surprisingly, even though they traded like at choke area, blue team has a really significant Uber advantage. But I'm sure they're not aware of this. Or are they? Yeah, no, they're not. Never mind. I take it back.
Front forwards.
Oh wow, there is a soldier in forwards. Good catch, good catch. Now, like I mentioned earlier, Baxter likes to go for these plays, and you know he's going for one right now. He's just hiding the forest spawns.
He's still there, he's just looking at the wall, looking the paint dry. Is he gonna go for something? Seems like he is, he's gonna enter long, but Rui's on the cab. Oh, he's just gonna off.
That's that coming from all. He does manage to get the demo.
Oh, Baxter!
Oh, Besta is behind them, all the way behind them, man. Now he can get rockets.
Split.
He got enforced, but then at the same time, I think he'll give his life out.
He is going to die for this, that is true. But
now
this
they
team
have
actually has an
come
opportunity to re-push here. There's so much cap time on the point right now, and they're dive pushing in through river. Assault is jumping onto the ring, gets the skill on point. They have to stop point, but they don't manage to stop it. That was really good chaos there on the part of Rhodes Island. That was pretty nuts.
That was a really nice trade.
I guess Baxter kind of like waited a bit too long because
Yeah.
they got so much cap time on the point.
Well, Demo's reaching roughly the same time again.
The Demo's now hiding elbow but not pressuring the core, so
But Baxter is kind of lurking under right now. No one has spotted him yet.
they lost their Demo in the return. Best is up on their mat. Will he hit the rocket?
Baxter does get the
Yeah. So blue team should be getting up all at the same time.
It's also gonna get him.
Rory's got the mat, so it's a big fight for the red team. Both team lost their medic, so it should be even now. But
Control point alert.
red team should have like 10% net or 20 if they high
They
ground
haven't
it.
been healing, so I guess it's gonna be roughly even. I mean, they could.
Yeah, roughly about even.
They're probably not going to know his ad unless Sua opts to run crits here, which he does use from time to time, but not this time, unfortunately. It would have been nice to see
Yeah,
some crits
number,
action.
they won't do this kind of shenanigans.
That's not a shenanigan, man. That's a legitimate strategy.
Yeah, but when you have number up, right, you don't do that, you know. Like 1-0, still 1-0, you know. So just play it safe.
Safety is not my forte, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a pretty standard last roll. They do manage to spam down the gun, so we're going to see a soldier sack coming in soon, I feel. Navy is working his way into river, just clearing down the traps right now.
Just trying to get the level 1 down again, equal to another one.
Surely something happens now. Rui is running into main, he's on the demo right now. He does manage to get the demo flag. I can see them playing point now. Alden's on them, doing so much damage to them. They're all really weak.
Bro, he's eating good spam, but can't achieve anything, unfortunately.
If only they had other players working from different doors, because they kind of had like 4 people just stacked in river. If someone poked you balcony or someone poked you like shutter or even main, they may have gotten the force. But you know, they knew that all 4 of them were in river, so they just had to lock down that one door and they knew that they would be safe.
Oh, Bester is locking his way through baby door. He's not gonna catch anyone with
Just
that
looking
though.
at it, is he gonna go for it though? That's the $1,000,000 question. Is he going to commit for it? Is he going to go
Baxter
for a
always
funny
goes for these
stack?
bigger.
Is he going
I'm
to?
sure we know that. It's gonna happen.
He's waiting. He hasn't been spotted. No one knows he's there.
Oh,
Oh, he's finally gonna go for
yeah,
it.
he's switched out, but then never goes
Man is playing it strong.
Also
Now they are running
fly.
a double stack, and now we have to watch out for Baxter, who is on the medic right now, does not manage to get the force though.
Still out with these balls.
I feel like Baxter is really baiting on some of these last pushes. Like they're running in the double stack, but he's not doing anything until like after they're already dead. Very questionable.
You can't whip as well, man. Sure, dropped him.
Yeah, definitely. Or even gotten the force.
Our control point.
Now the Koreans are winning their way into second now. A demo gets caught, a scout might be caught as well. A good bomb by Striker catches out that scout.
For reason, mate.
And now
He's
there's
picking up a
a soldier.
soldier. He's going to
Definitely
rust.
not.
He's running to last. No one
And no one
there
can
to
stop
stop him
him.
except Tibet. Tibet's gonna fly in. He's going Question mark thrown into the chat. It's only been 10 minutes in.
Really trying to play the mental game against his Korean team. Anyway, on this mid, I would probably like to see more presence under from Rhodes Island. Because they are getting pressured a bit hard in like the lower area, and I'm pretty sure if they just commit players under, they could actually get a lot out of it.
Seems like all will be doing just that. He's gonna be sitting in under. Doesn't manage to.
He is gonna get caught out though.
Yeah, both soldiers down for Rhodes Island. Space is looking to get out. Oh, he's gonna get caught out.
And we are gonna get caught in this big door area right here. A scout and soldier are under combo right now. The man has died. It's up to these two scouts
Only
to stop
two
this
scouts.
push.
Okay, yeah. Can
He
really
does manage to get on the medic. The medic is really low, but he does manage to get the pack. And
Oh.
Richard has fallen, aka Sees Ice, or Sezi, or whatever
AKA
you want to call
Quentin.
him. aka Richard.
I was trying for some cheeky shit here. He's gonna fly into river. Just gonna get shut down by Baxter. Very unfortunate stuff.
I was just going for this hero play. Anyway, right now their win condition is they just have to play the point. Because what Space likes to do on this point is he just likes to play under. If the
Trap
scout
water.
just rushes him through the point,
He is
he's just
trapping
gonna
water,
die.
but he does have a couple stickies on point too. So I mean,
Nah, the traps are useless on point, man. He's doing nothing.
Yeah, the Scout's just gonna run over with his Uber, and you know, I'm pretty sure he'll die, but we'll have to see if AKZ is aware of this. Now they can walk through Shuttle here for free, but they opt to use it instantly.
Okay.
Now AKZ is on the point.
He's chasing for the demo. He's not playing the point though. He might lose the fight. He lost the fight.
Oh shit.
But then there are no sticks on point, and only the medics on point now.
They should
I think
be
he's still in the wall.
the scale.
Favorable for Koreans.
Now Baxter is in. He's clearing quite a bit of space. They are trying to focus on the Scout, who is super caught, but there is a bit of deep going around. I feel like that was a bit of a miscommunication there because Vinia, the flank Scout, just went straight for the point instead of shooting that Scout. I'm pretty sure if they played it slow, and if they just tried to kill the Scout, they probably would have gotten more out of it. But you know, unfortunately, it didn't happen. And now we see Suwa here with some
It is
with a slight amount of bad.
bad for Rhodes Island. They're gonna opt to go to
Dude,
the
they might
here.
push on this side. They might think it's still at. Yeah,
But look at Jan's position right now. They have position in the elbow, and AKZ is going for a fat trade. They do get 4 people to multi, and space is just super low. They're going to get one more frag here on Neva.
they're
getting
getting
two.
Might even get 2.
Oh, they might not.
Oh, I guess not. Baxter's gonna fly in.
Oh,
And now
good
they
damage
have
on the
to
medic
for
though.
the Korean team.
Oh my god, huge fight.
Most guys are on the ground. Oh, the medic also draw and might die to Rui. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that the Korean soldiers probably went in a bit too early. Striker and ITHACA both went in while the team was still in the choke. They probably could have delayed it a little bit and just played the high ground and just pushed him out slowly, but instead they went for the huge commit play. And you know, that's like pretty common for the Koreans. They like to go for these big
See
plays.
Baxter and forwards sniping.
As usual, this is his home basically. He spent half the game here. Misses a shot on the medic, unfortunately. And now we have Rhodes Island with the huge rear advantage. And they're positioning themselves towards river here. They're probably going to try spawning a gun. Might even spam it down before they get the Uber. But none of them are spotting it, so they don't really know what's going on last.
So they got
not get the gun. And now we have Sezi, who's going to take the Uber into river. He spots the heavy in secret. He's tunneling the heavy in secret. He's going to get this frag. But they are ending on the low ground. But they are playing this point pretty well.
They have number advantage if they can.
With
Also can focus fire the same
Oh
guy.
my god, Space is just going nuts on this left one. It's every fight. It's 3-0 for Rhodes. 14 minutes in. It's not
There's
looking
a-
good for Koreans.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dire. But the Koreans have been winning these mid fights though. So that is a bright point for them. And if they can capitalize on these mids, and if they can convert these rounds really quickly, they still stand a chance to win this game. Alt
sure.
is fast on their demo though. He does not commit. Re dies with that as well. Kind of a bait
Alt's
by
getting
now.
chased though by he's shooting Vinia, but he doesn't realize that AKZ is right behind him. He's gonna get. Wait, but Space is on the medic. He's gonna pick up the
He's
medic.
on the medic.
He just pressed W into the enemy medic and killed him. That's very
That's a stop,
interesting.
eh?
That's unreal stuff.
These things should not be happening.
This shouldn't be happening. This just walks forward to the enemy.
But now we have Rhodes Island recontesting second through river here. They look like they really want to take this fight to them. They do have Triad as well. The soldiers bombing in through their shirt.
Stick set up, so he's just gonna walk through.
And now Suwa has this really big Uber advantage. I can see them taking this for free actually. They've been trying to do that for the past few, pushes. They
could.
try to take it for free.
They're going
They
for
are
a big
opting to
door.
push a big
They
door.
want pick up, but do they know basics about them or they just choose
Looks
to
like they
pick
just
up?
went through. Baxter is going for the flank though. He's dueling Neva on the flank. But the Uber is in through their choke. They are locking him down pretty well. And Space does manage to get the demo flag as well.
Oh, but they traded all for Vinia.
This looks like it's going to be a free second for Rhodes Island. But the Koreans do have a pretty significant Uber advantage here. So you can definitely see them pushing out right after the cap.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
But
Will they
That's the
allow
thing,
Rui
though.
for another back cap?
when Rhodes pushed in, Blue didn't have time to set up. They didn't know Rhodes was gonna come big door, and the Koreans just had to leave because they didn't have anything set up. But Rhodes has properly set up everything. They have sticky set up. They have a soldier in big door, and they have another soldier just spamming river.
The Koreans are into river though.
Also
But
just gonna-
Alt does manage to get the force. Good force by Alt. And they're not going to get much done out of this Uber. But now we see Rui in lower. They are aware of this though. And the demo is
They're gonna
chasing
opt to
him
refight
last.
from big door with the Uber advantage. Neva's just gonna bomb in, gonna bring the Vinia down to 40 HP. Not gonna catch him though. One player behind.
I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but Rui actually managed to leak through lower. But instead of running straight for the cap, he opted to... Oh, never mind. We do see an Uber coming in from Rhodes Island here. I think they may have gotten force in lobby, but they're not getting much out of this Uber. They've used way too early to get much out of it. But we do see Nave We do see Alt going in straight for the point, and Neighbor's on the point as well. They're trying to chaos this, but they do lose both their soldiers really early. Now Space is into each other, but they do lose the scout. And now Suwa just has to leave with Ray. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and talk about that Rui play. I'm not really sure why, but Rui had a really good chance to back up there. But when he saw the demo double backing for him, he opted to fight the demo instead of going straight for the point there. I'm pretty sure if Rui went for the demo, went for the point there, he probably would have won that round for his team.
Might have been a miscommunication issue where his team wanted him to help with lobby, but then yeah, he didn't know that they wanted to do something else.
But ITHACA is gonna push his choke here. They do have a really slight Urad. And red team is actually positioned really well. They're gonna get this Uber for the second point. They might even take a trade here.
Also
but we see is probably going in for a really deep bomb. He's U-turning away. He's trying not to die.
He's going to die though.
But Baxter does manage to get the force. And the Koreans have not used that, and they just used this Uber is so much better for them. Unfortunately, they do lose 2 players, and they can't really get much out of this Uber. They really just have to hold mid at this point.
Great, red team managed to push out blue team.
Yeah, it was even Ubers after all. And he just lost a few players on the flank. But we do see Never in through drop down. Gets really good damage on the demo as well. And now we see Red team flooding in through choke. They're trying to focus on the soldier, but he's not dying.
Oh my god.
Does hit a pretty sick air shot.
He's getting... Oh, this kinda got owned by AKZ. By the Mass 59.
Oh well, at the end of the day, it's still...
They're working on in river. Space versus Baxter. Who's gonna win? They're both going to win and lose. As there's a trade coming in. Space for Baxter, demo for Scout. There it is.
So now blue team is good damage on them. Good damage on both solid, yeah. Oh, but AKC went in too early. So red gonna hold their grounds, but AKC running in too early. I think there's some beats play.
They're so lucky, man, from Rhodes Island. They just cleaned up like Space's mistake. Like they should have lost that, but I think the scouts just kind of owned them.
Yeah, the scouts probably went in a bit too aggressively there. They probably would have been able to play height a little bit more, like maybe even take top right and slowly edge the cap and bait players down to the point. But you know, instead they just went in straight for the frags. They're kind of frag hungry, I guess.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they spawned so late. Interesting.
We're gonna have AKZ on Spy though. This is the elusive AKZ Spy. We haven't seen this man on Spy in a long while. I'm pretty sure this is like the second or third time in the season. He's gonna be looking to get an opening here. This guy's a friendly scout though.
he does leak under point though.
He's not using his invisibility cloak. Oh wait, he has a dead ringer of course.
He uses a dead ringer.
Surely I can hear him.
But Alt actually buys the dead ringer death and he goes in for a counter attack. But AKZ is still alive under point. I'm not sure if they're aware of this since they went for a counter attack.
I'm pretty sure they are. Wait, Nemo hasn't killed him though.
Oh, what? No way! Oh my god.
They got a false.
This is disastrous for the red team.
What?
Did he not hear that? So
I guess so.
It's so loud. How does he not hear it?
I think it's like if you fight, like if you dead ring like behind the obstacle, then the game automatically like silence your dead ringer sound. I think
is
that's
that how it works?
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh wow, I was not aware of that.
Did that intentionally. Very big brain.
Big brain, big brain.
So
anyway, now the current team has really big Urad here, but they're still positioned really far back in river. They're gonna have to spot the off passes on this red team before they push in. Now they do have a pyro near river, but
They're gonna opt to going for balcony. Oh, just
and
use
to get
Sua here. They pick up the medic instantly.
yeah, got it well.
Looks like they're gonna get all two.
Yep, this looks like a round. Tibet just spamming down pipes from the high ground, and they do have players playing point as well, and they just managed to kill all those frags.
That was
first round for the team. Yeah, that was probably kind of a beep on Rose Island's part though. They probably should have been aware of that spy.
Yeah, they probably should have been, but still, I'm pretty sure they didn't need to force there. Sua just got like panicked and used to block the point since, yeah.
Anyway, the Koreans have actually been winning these mids pretty decisively because of how hard they're playing under.
Oh,
but they're not doing
good
that.
times in the early mid. Both of their Solly and Demo are low on red side. Oh, Baxter jumps up and got their medic and scout as well. I think that's another mid win for
No.
blue team.
Get these chase.
Oh, but he got 2-5.
The only space remaining on the road side here. He's just gonna up.
And he pulled the magic again. Oh, he's backing out
Scout
to
class.
Yeah, it looks like the Koreans really do have Rhodes Island's number on these mids. I was watching that mid, and Neighbor was basically stuck in their big door the entire mid. And the
Same at
moment
all.
he did go for a bomb,
He was just stuck in banana the whole time.
yeah. The soldiers don't really seem to be getting much space on these mids, but I have a feeling it's just because like their scouts are neglecting the low ground. They pretty much have both scouts just playing on the height.
Blue's gonna delay so much. All just dies in vain. Gonna try to get something, but not gonna get anything done at all.
But they buy red team a lot of time to build the Uber in last. They can get this Uber.
They do get it, yes.
But they do think that it's ad though, and they're getting really juggled in main, and they do drop
my
HG here as well. They're gonna have to leave.
Oh, Janus miscount the Uber ad. He thought it's still ad for them.
And now Janus is doing that for them.
will get him punished.
Stewart does save Nemo with that arrow though. But
Baxter
now you see
is in
Baxter
water,
under
though.
the point. They are aware of this though. They have a soldier on the point, but he has his back turned towards him, and he opts to jump away. This could be a round
Gotta
for
get it back.
Koreans.
This could be disaster for Rhodes Island. This back camp.
He hasn't gone for
Oh,
it
there's no
yet.
idea.
He does expect it.
That's
He's
good now though. A soldier is dueling him on last one.
oh my god.
That millisecond delay really worked out for the Rhodes Island team. And now we see Rhodes Island here with about a 40% Uber advantage.
AKZ just gotta run through.
For free. He's tunneling the medic really hard, and AKZ is just one health behind the point. We do have Striker in on their medic as well. They're all stacking for their medic, but they lose 3 players for that. I'm not really sure if that was worth it. And now they're gonna have to give up mid for this as well.
Oh, Reed's just gonna get two burger pipes from
Neighbor might. Neighbor is in on the.
no.
They're dropping like flies. They don't
Where did
need
Footcouts
to
come
chase
so
this
hard?
hard.
Sua is left alone.
Oh, now
And Baxter is actually on him in lobby. He is on space. He doesn't manage to get
Save my space.
Alright, at least there's gonna be a bit of downtime here because the Ubers are going to even out. I'm sure Rhodes Island isn't aware of this Uber advantage. And finally, we get to take a little bit of a breather. But it really, the onus really is on the Koreans right now. They really do have to go for a play because they only have 6 minutes left.
6 minutes on the clock. Yep. Pressure's on the Koreans. 2 rounds. It is very doable. Really doable. They just need to get a really good second. They need to get a really good second, get like a force or like a demo pick, and they're golden. They can work off of it and get 2 more rounds.
Yeah,
Or
they're
even
also
three.
taking
Even
Striker in
three.
blue team, and they send Striker behind.
Yep.
I'm sure.
But we do have a soldier dealing with Striker behind. He is going to lose his 1v1.
Striker.
So now that both solid
Striker's gonna
persons
bomb in.
and-
He's on to
Does
manages
get a lot of
to.
damage on the
He
net
gets to
and
draw.
the soldier also gets to draw.
He brings Sezis down to 20 HP and he drops Sua. That is such a nice bomb by
SPC's
Striker.
gonna die to West.
And now we have the Korean team just oh, that was, I'm not really sure why Janus used there. But they are managing to clean up these frags at least. And they do have to roll this to last because they do have spawned really soon. They're still two down. It's still
But
doable,
AKZ
but
gets 2 rocket
They dropped
in.
him.
get down that push.
That was a
No,
wait, where's the Janus? Was it space? I saw him above the point.
I mean Space and Hong at the same time. I mean Nefer at the same time. Like
Yeah,
Nefer
but
was
Janus
doing
was
it.
100 out though.
That
He was
force
not
might
dying
just be
there.
what saves Rhodes Island here. If the Koreans push with that Uber ad, then it would
It
have
been
been
over for them.
would have been over.
You might try to save players. That's why. That's why you use it. But even though there's questionable save, they shouldn't have popped it.
And now it's gonna be really hard for the Korean team to get a second onto this last because they do have a gun.
And they need to spam the gun first before they sack. I don't think the Saudis are aware of the gun. Oh,
Yeah, it
yes,
looks like they're just going for a trade
AKZ is
though.
going water though.
AKZ is under point, and they are going for a trade through river here. They do get the gun really early, but Stuart just used their Uber. Dude,
Much
Stuart
better
is
Uber
a lot
for
better for them.
they lost Striker in the trade. And
Now, he is causing a lot of
Everyone is
distraction.
on the point.
His
And
key
Peppers
is
on
getting
them.
in.
Beef the rockets.
Oh, so full wipe coming
Yes,
from the Koreans. That's
I feel like that was kind of a kitchen sink kind of push. It's like they didn't really want to waste time going for the stack, so they just went in for the soldier demo
it
trade
was more of a
instead.
desperation push. They see 5 minutes on the clock, they were like,
We just gotta
let's
go
say
for
we
the-
have, they thought that 10 ad would work, you know, and they grinded like hell, but still, it didn't matter
But
much
after
in
they
the end.
grind like hell, right? They didn't go instantly when they are like 95 or something. They
Yeah,
still,
I don't know. They sat and
Yeah.
drew up a plan. They were like thinking, AKZ was thinking, should I go water or should I just take the Uber push? He should have just taken it. They could have gotten the NG or like a soldier who was on the left side.
True. So I think story and demo trade is the optimal thing. Especially when both teams have over.
Red team's just gonna walk through Victor. Koreans are just gonna give up second for free. So they don't really
Yeah,
have
and they
a
are
choice.
actually taking this Uber ad in through lobby, but they are taking quite a long time with this though. They
It's
opt
gonna
to go
even
through lower,
out.
lower, which
Don't
kind of
know if Rhodes realize this, but
We have
are they
searched.
still gonna go? They don't even need to go at this
just to
point.
play safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just need to play safe and waste their time. Then they
It's
can
gonna be
win
really hard for the Koreans to actually win this map at this point.
Rhodes just need to sit tight and lock down all the doors.
Yep. The Koreans are going to need a
I
miracle
think
at
it's
this point.
doable for the Koreans anymore. As we only have like 2 minutes and 40 seconds and the Koreans are already holding their last. They don't even have second or have mid. It's really slim chance for them to win this match.
Baxter is in a lobby though. He might find the soldier pack. He goes for this 1v1. He does trade. I
Trades
mean.
out.
But Neva is actually in on this soldier. Striker might die here. But he does manage to hit himself onto the pipe. I guess we're kind of moving a bit towards garbage time here if the Koreans don't do anything at this point. In fact, it takes like about a minute to win a round, but I don't think that's possible from their own last. So we are moving towards garbage time here,
Oh,
unfortunately.
whoops.
Best is already on sniper. He knows it's not doable anymore.
Yeah, now he's just trying to farm those frag movie clips, honestly. Anyway, it's kind of weird how the Koreans actually managed to win a lot of those mids really decisively, but they didn't manage to convert those rounds. Why do you guys think that happened?
A
It's their
lot of
last
them,
push.
it's like,
They fail their last push like quite a lot of times.
The last-
Especially when these scouts like rushing in from doorways before they even got heal or got tank, and then they just got melted by red team scout instantly. It happens like quite a lot of times for the Korean side. And that's, I think, is the decisive point of how they lose the last push.
a lot of these
Space
pushes
just
also.
pulled stuff out of his ass, man.
Uh-huh.
The Space just pulls stuff out of his ass during at last, and Koreans just lose. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, one of the last pushes, Vinia just walked into like 3 sticky space laying on the pillar. He set up the trap and then 2 seconds later Vinia walks into it. That was just unreal. It's gonna be looking like a map for Rhodes though.
Boy, Rhodes might actually get one more point out of this map.
Oh no.
They're really putting the nail in the coffin right now. They really want to make sure that their morale is just completely destroyed next map. But I do believe the Koreans have a chance to come back though. What is the next map, by the way?
I'm pretty sure it's
Sunshine.
Sunshine? Yes.
Yeah, it's
Sunshine,
one of their best map for the Koreans. So we will see how that goes.
for sure.
It'll be interesting to see how it works out with this new Korean roster though, because this Korean roster is actually pretty new. They only stopped in Tibet like about a week or so ago, or a week and a half ago rather.
I think it's like the second transfer window.
Yeah, so it's been about 2 weeks since Tibet has joined the team. And it's like a completely new dynamic, right? It's like not only are you bringing in a completely new demo, but you're also like swapping back your previous demo back onto Pocket Scout, and you're moving your previous demo. Wait, no. Yeah, your previous scout back onto Roamer. So it's kind of interesting to see that, you know, they're still able to compete even though they have so many roster swaps. But I guess that really it really tells you about how skilled these players are.
Let me just pull up the logs.
Holy shit, Gil beat me to putting the logs in chat, man.
Nice.
We should get Gil on the desk instead. He seems to be doing a bit more work than Mans. Mans might be on the chopping block.
I'm the hype caster, man. Oh my god, Neva has so much DPM.
Are the logs up, by the way, Mr. Lego?
Hold up. Alright, they should be up.
Alright, they are indeed. Anyway, if you look at these logs, right, I feel like, again, the one thing that I want to point out again is just the amount of mids that the Koreans have won.
These are
They
the
won
wrong
4
logs.
mids. Oh. Wait, I'm on that. Nice. It's me.
Sheesh.
What? I guess if you were to
Gives
look
the
at
top
these logs,
damage, yeah.
Wait, let me know if they end up going live.
well, I guess while we're waiting for Lego to get, logs up, what do you guys think is going to be the scoreline for the next map? Now, like you mentioned, this is arguably the Koreans' best map, right? So,
Yeah. Indeed.
very nice,
But
very
still
nice.
it depends on, like, they took a heavy beating on Gullywash, so they might have a mental breakdown in Sunshine, so it's hard to tell. But if they can take their pieces together upright, it might end the favor of Korean side. But their flank scout need to step up their game, and as well as their pocket soldier. They need to step up their game a little bit. They lost quite a lot of DM fights, even though they are MGE lots.
But I do think that's also just the nature of Gullywash, though. The map is so enclosed that it's, whenever you take a 1v1 on Gullywash, it's kind of a 50-50, unless you take it, like, with a buff, or maybe you take it with a flank player. But I don't think the Koreans are really doing that. They're really kind of just deathballing, and they're kind of just letting, they're kind of letting Baxter go for most of these plays. So I guess that's why Vinia is kind of just, sneaking back on the flank, not really dying, not really doing much, but, he's just trying to stay alive for his team. But on Sunshine, though, because the map is so much more open, and because, there's so many more things to go for, right, on this map compared to Gullywash. Just because your scouts have so much more space, you can see a lot more drive pushes here, I feel like that's going to be a bit of a common theme throughout this map. Because the Koreans...
We also see, like, more, like, double scout aggression from the side of the Koreans, which is arguably one of their best strengths, like, in this series. But I don't think the Koreans flank scout are doing much on Gullywash since, like, as you said, testers are going for those individual plays, so the flank scout can just always stay alive. Like, they have to always stay alive. But on this map, right, I feel like we can see more double scout aggression coming out of the Korean side.
And
Which,
hopefully we do see that.
yeah, which...
And hopefully that ends up in, the Koreans winning this map. Because I do want to see a 3-map series tonight. But, we'll just have to hope that the Koreans play well this map. And I do think that the Koreans are going to win this map. Like Wolfie said, he said that it's going to be 3-2, and I also think that's going to be 3-2 as well. It's going to be a very close game, but the Koreans are going to clutch this out, is why I think it's going to happen.
We will see when it goes live.
Indeed. Let's go!
Okay. Wait, so everyone's just predicting 3-2?
Yup.
I mean, Mans, what do you think is going to happen? Well, what are your thoughts?
I can't be. I feel like I'm being biased. I'm just gonna say like Rhodes is going to lose 3-1.
Oh shit!
Because like if I say Rhodes is gonna win, it's like biased. Smile.
Don't worry.
Harvey giving his support to all. Honestly, like all the help force the medic so many times the first map.
Yeah, both soldiers kind of went nuts on that map.
They did, but I feel like some of the pops were really, really awkward. Like, the medic was like 110, 120 HP, but they still decided to pop. Like, it's not like the players on their team were low either. I don't know.
I guess they really just don't want to take the risk, especially since this is like an upper bracket semi-final game.
I
And
guess
also,
the pressure
another
is
interesting
getting.
fact, the Koreans actually have 3 players who have never played AFC before, I think. So,
Oh, right, this is
the
the
fact
first
that they've
season.
made it here. Yeah, it's their first season. This is like basically the first playoff game as well. And it's against like the second seed. Wait,
Actually, no,
the
it's just
first
two.
season
It's
in
just
the league.
two. Vinya and
Right.
Striker.
No, I think Striker has played like Division 3 before.
Oh, has he? Okay, well, this is
Yeah,
their first
he-
Division 1 season then. I'm not really sure if AKC has played Div 1 before though. I don't think he has. I've
He
seen
has,
him
he
in
has,
Div 2.
he has.
Oh, he has? Alright.
I don't know about the one, but he has played FC, I'm pretty sure.
But, just a bit of like backstory for this Korean team. They've actually been around since January, but they've went through a lot of roster swaps. Originally, they had their man Saeed playing, and they also had, you know, Huey on Soldier, and they had Song on Medic. You know, it's a completely different roster basically. But unfortunately throughout the season, due to like commitment issues, due to maybe even personality clashes, you know, these players have been unfortunately subbed out for, you know, their counterparts.
Maybe they're just bad, you know? That's why AKC wants to swap them out. That's the general bad, you know?
But I do think that the Koreans are actually playing a lot better when Huey was on their roster. Because when Huey played Roma, he really was just like the guy that you threw under the bus. He would just play the space for your team.
The chemistry between Striker, yeah, that's true. The chemistry between Striker and Huey was like, it worked like clockwork basically. It was like, it worked like clockwork. It was so nice watching both the soldiers just in complete sync. But I don't know, Baxter and Striker, they're still good, but Huey...
They're kind of playing their own individual game, don't you think?
Yeah, I just feel like Huey was played better off of Striker than Baxter. But Baxter is good on his own.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. But yeah, like I said, this completely different team dynamic. You know, it's kind of weird that the Koreans, you know, even though like this like completely new roster, they're still competing against like one of the top teams in the division who have been around for quite some time. Like this is their second season together, I think. Or at least the core of the team has been around for 2 seasons. Now, Lego, I have a question for you actually. So, 26 just typed in your chat, you're spookish sounding kinda cute. What are your thoughts on this comment?
That's a rumor. I do sound, I don't know. That's what everyone says, but I'm skeptical, you know. Thanks, bro.
Nah, I just had to point it out.
I think Lego's already taken by somebody.
Interesting.
Banana's jealous, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to point it out to make Banana a bit jealous. I know who.
Oh. Isn't 26 the NS man? Like,
The what, man?
isn't 26 the NS man?
No, he is not. He is out of NS. He's now a free man.
No, he has like the... He finished it, so that means he's got the cloud.
Ah, the cloud.
Jeez Louise, why is this game starting? Oh, we'll be going live.
Like you're going live.
Just in time. We were just starting to run out of things to talk about, but luckily we have the game to talk about now. And this is live right there, no restarts? Oh yeah, there are no restarts.
Nope, no restarts. Space gets stuck on the fence during his rollout, but
Oh,
he's gonna be reaching at the same time.
And now we see the Korean team, they're actually starting to take their, like, the red team matches really aggressively. And we do see Striker going in for a bomb, but he does get denied by Rui. So 1 down early, but the huge trader player out does die early as well. But now we see the Korean team surging across the point.
Nice focus on their demo. Oh, best is gonna
down
go down.
for Koreans completely.
One does die as well. He has to clear on the med, but...
Koreans end up winning.
Yep, but the red team just managed to establish that.
Really strong mid coming from Rhodes. Especially because you predicted that Koreans are going to win this map.
I mean, it is only the first mid. We don't know what's going to happen after this. But Striker did just... Okay, I'm not sure if someone saw that, but... Interesting.
Oh, I had to rejoin the timer.
Yeah, free jump.
Oh yeah, the timer did break for me as well. But I guess we'll just carry on.
Yeah, good. We'll just carry on. Only I need to rejoin since I'm the streamer.
Anyway, now we're just on last. Both teams, Rhodes Island does have a slight rear advantage because their med did die a bit earlier than them. So I'm not really sure if they're aware of this, but this Uber is actually pretty significant now because they have been grinding the entire way. And they do manage to get the gun really early as well.
Chris! Space Chris!
They have to get on the space.
They haven't spotted the gun though, I'm pretty sure. It's in the stealth spot. They're just gonna pop it. Space.
They do fit
shoots
to
one
left side. They
sticky.
don't get much out of it
Gonna
though.
miss it. Oh no, no stickies have been
And
hit. 0 damage done to the squids. Gonna pick up a scout.
Okay, he gets
Looking to pick up another soldier. Oh,
Oh!
wow, nice.
Oh wow, he gets only
They get
goes-
three.
Oh, really wants to try to push this.
But they still have
Yeah, they do
Uber.
have to go for the force here. They do have a lot of space in this top left area. And now they're just swarming the enemy team.
Oh, Scott's
They do have
alone.
the
That's
sword,
right. We got arrow back. He's gonna die to AKC.
It's not gonna let that happen, man. Oh.
Janus is doing such a good job of just milking this Uber. He does not want to use this on last. He wants to use this aggressively into the enemy team.
He got bombed.
And it looks like they're going to take second here for free as well. But if you have a soldier in, he's going for a high bomb. He does not get forced though.
My man, the Janus, he got forwarded by the demo, then he got bombed by alt, he got rushed by 2 scouts, and he was still above 100 HP the whole time.
Might have to
Very
kill
good for you. But they are putting through this valley area here.
They
And if
bombed.
you just opt to use this Uber
Oh.
straight into them, they really want to just get these frags, they just want to get the Ubers out. They are kind of over chasing to the choke, but they do manage to get the space frag at least. But Rui is, of course, lurking behind them. And Sezi just opts to push in straight through choke here. They are getting a lot of space. Rui is in, space is in. I mean, Sezi is in, they are creating a lot of chaos. And now they're trying to chase them down in this valley area here. And both of them are basically just 1 health. And Janus might get caught
Can
here,
he get
both
them
scouts on him,
ready?
and
He
he does
does.
die.
Oh, looking very dire.
The control
Chris
point.
bad.
The tanking play is optimal for Vesta when he's in choke. They should just lock down mid, but then Vesta chose to make for a play, which he didn't manage to do it. And the whole blue team collapsed. I don't think the going behind play is doable. I don't think it's a good play.
Anyway, let's get on this space cam again because there is another crits coming in from Rhodes Island. They are opting to feed this top
Yeah,
left
the
area,
man-
but Eric is solely bombing in. Good damage on scout, and they do use
Demo
Space.
survives.
Space has not gotten anything yet out of these crits, and he does die during the
Oh,
crit
they
itself.
lose Sezi too.
So much cap time on the point.
Playing the point really well. There's actually a soldier lurking behind the point. They are getting Fram cap time, but Tibet managed to clutch that out. He has stickies on the point.
So
Can't really
swap.
dodge those.
You can already hear Neva saying, why didn't you guys flip point?
Is being captured.
That would have been really good for Rhodes if they had Ubers, but it was crit, so it's a 50-50, you know, when you're pushing last, when the other team has a sentry up with crits.
Yeah, but I do think it's very questionable how they kept the entire crits on space. Usually most teams, they only give like the demo 2 stickies, and if he doesn't hit anything, then he kind of just let the scout have it. But
They
now we
could've
see,
afforded
going into the forest,
But his red team's
that's
still
managed to
on
get Janus down to 7 health. That is,
Red fought back to Uber already, so
yep. But now we see the Koreans, they're opting to push through Valley here. So there is in gets a bit of damage onto him.
AKG gets
Oh.
blinded by space.
that is some.
Well, at least I'm gonna take second off base. But
Oh, I
that's
never
a
got
nice
Vesta in
game.
lobby.
This might be a sign for like
They're
Rhodes Island to just push out of here. And actually they are getting a bit of space on bats here. And they are going to manage to bust through. And Neighbor even picks up a
They
frag
was
on
in
the
prime
flank.
position to bomb right now. He does get good damage in though.
They're opting to rush last instead. And you do manage to get force here, but Baking Uber is just so much better. And
Oh
just gonna
my.
get collapsed on. The scouts are just gonna run at them and just clean up all these frags.
There's two
Man, I
people
was
lurking in lobby
lurking
though.
under.
AKG is going full rat mode. He's gonna take a DM fight with a Sezi and space. He's gonna pick up both of them, but he's gonna fall to alt and Rui.
That was kind of questionable on the Korean side. Like yet again, they go for like these like really weird Uber trades. They were 2 down, the spawners were super far away, and they weren't going to spawn anytime soon. But instead, they opt to trade opt to trade straight into lobby instead. And I feel like they probably would have been able to just leave that. They could have just conceded second and just held mid. But instead, they're going to lose mid here as well.
Control point is being
And because Janus died earlier, Viking does have a slight Uber advantage. And if they grind it really well, they could even take the 2 rad into second before blue team gets their Uber.
captured the control point.
It's kind of even though. Not sure if Rhodes realized this, but they are going to be looking to go through Valley here. Sezi's doing his hand gestures. He's gesturing to Suo to come to Valley.
Unfortunately, it is going to even out here. And I think it's just going to turn into a sack because I don't... Wait.
Rui does pick up a scout at you.
Oh, there's something on the
Vesta
left
might have
here.
a good force on the mat,
Oh, and Baxter does manage to get the force. Good force by Baxter.
and they drop their demo
At the end of the trade as well. Now Janus uses the Uber. They're trying to chase him through choke here, but they're probably just going to clean up 1 or 2 frags. They are going to clean up this last frag here, I'm pretty sure.
Wait, they was
And
gonna
this
die
looks like it's
too.
gonna be a free mid cap as well.
Oh, this is a free mid for the side of the Koreans.
They do have space spawn. They could try something here, but I don't know if they'll go for it. This is gonna be really ballsy if they do.
Yeah, looks like they just want to play it safe. They just kind of want to pull second here since it's even worse anyway. Now, Neighbor did not get force spawn, so Koreans might actually go for something aggressive right now. And you can see
Next is going for something
Cafe. They
Cafe.
do plus to Cafe here.
Oh, but best is gonna
in.
like out.
I guess that was just how they're going for their side. They really lose to.
Oh,
just
the match
completely
going out
right.
of the Koreans.
Rui's just gonna power through alley here, just gonna walk through. There's no sound.
They're seeing this first scene. And it looks like the Koreans are not trading here. They're just holding. They're just gonna hold second with this instead.
Is anyone gonna sack here? Oh, he
Oh,
just
but
jumped.
he does hit the skybox, I think.
Oh no! What?
He's beating. Oh. Let ITHACA get one.
Oh, it's just a slimmer again. Let's get a bit of breather. You guys can eat your lunch or something.
Now both soldiers are.
I'm going for a big shot through Cafe and oh, damn
It's
it.
one rocket.
And then one rocket.
Very nice try, but
And nope, it's going through.
Oh, there is
He's
attack in
on
there.
the head.
That's got a bit of damage on the medic, but he does not manage to get the forest. But Baxter is in.
Baxter's
Went in
just
for a
gonna
straight
fly
shot.
oh boy.
I really dislike how the Koreans are just going for these single stacks. There's not much pressure going in for Baxter. Baxter's just going in solo basically.
There's some good rockets from Never.
Yep. Now I think the Koreans are pretty much just going to concede second here, and they're going to get like off classes up on last. Vidia is already on NG. Looks like they're really not trying to hold second at all. But there's
might
sort
be
of trying to go for
trying.
a fourth, but he does die
Can't
for
do
it.
anything.
Yeah, I feel like these Korean soldiers, they really are just going in one by one. They're not really getting supported by their team, and they're really going for these hero plays, which I don't really think they have to go for, especially since there's 20 minutes left in the map.
They're gonna use the Uber out of dungeon.
Yep, and they don't use it
Match
here. They get a lot of
they use
pieces
a
as
lot
well.
of issue. Blue might actually hold this as Red Demo used basically all his sticky on the sentry gun.
Yep. Looks like they will, and they'll get Suwa.
They'll get a map pick and it's a wipe.
I'll be looking like 90. Might as well call it full edge for the Koreans. If they play it right, they could take mid and second for free.
Yeah,
They
but
could, the demo is
hiding in cafe here.
Yeah, no one has been spotted, Never. Never has not been spotted yet. And Rui's going for Cafe as well.
They
And now the
took it
flag
out.
is actually in behind them here.
They have
now
to
there's
back
actually
pressure.
The entire team is going back though.
Yeah, the entire combo is actually going back for Rui. They do manage to clean him up at least. But it's going to be really hard for them to push mid here because they are 2 down. And it looks like they're just going to be comfortable sitting on second. And you know what? Because the ad is so big, they might even try to go for this like jump move A. They might even third eye through Valley where as soon as that spawns like come up. But nah, it looks like they just want to play this safe. Looks like they really just want to slow this game down and maybe even potentially run an off class because, you know, they do that really often. Baxter, he likes to go for these sniper plays, he likes to go for these spy plays. You never really know what he's going to come up with.
The team never support like what their soldiers do. Like when Korean soldiers are sacking, right? Their team is not poking or spamming for them. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
they don't,
exactly.
They don't pressure. They just go in, and I don't get any warning, so I don't even have my camera on them half the time. Speaking of
And
that,
now
Spectre
they're in
is gonna
again and there's
fly.
a single soldier stack yet again and he does die and he doesn't get anything out of it.
Well,
Wow.
there it is.
no, meanwhile I think they're trying to poke Freddy and wow.
While they do
Oh,
that,
fire
also
set
looking to
from
go in
choke?
from choke, yeah.
I think Rui might even run in from Cafe here. Now Alt does manage to get in, gets a decent amount of damage onto the demo. Doesn't
Rui
manage
is
to
running
They get
from
so
choke.
much space.
But Rui's gonna get picked up and is staying alive. So we have another step wait time. But will the Koreans support their solid this time? It touches.
Yeah,
I mean, Kaiser is coming from Cafe.
The soldier does stay onto the med and they do force. And Baxter doesn't manage to get the force out here either. Now this Uber is so much better for Rhodes Island, and they do opt to use this Uber. But
Oh, now it might. Okay, never mind. It's gonna be better for Red's team. For Rhodes Island, they just
yeah,
rushing
I feel
through.
like Rhodes didn't really have to use that though. The med was kind of safe. He didn't have enough to saving him.
The map was like 20 HP just now. When
Oh, it's shooting at him. They're
what?
crumbling.
He got the map, but Rui got their map as well. It's just massive DM fights now. See whose scouts are better. Oh, Rui is better.
Rui is better.
Oh, never mind.
Max is better. Max is the best.
Now Neighbor is caught behind him. He's gonna take a 1v1 against both soldiers.
Baxter
He's
doesn't
trying to get the
lose.
Baxter frag, but he is not
Baxter
getting
doesn't
it.
lose. Wait, says he's gonna go for it though. He's gonna.
He might eat direct
gonna
though.
Oh, he might die here.
Oh, he died to Baxter again.
There's just DM fights going on left and right here. There's no...
Yeah,
There's
but
no...
the DFS are going free to lose team, especially they have red team is now 2 down, but will they spot? Okay, they did
The Koreans are
spot.
opting to push through Cafe here, and Ikizi actually managed to get a lot of damage on the medic, and they do manage to push him back pretty hard.
The demo might be caught here. Oh, but red team is planning to pressure Freddy.
Yeah, but
return
Smoke
of
kind of
their
gets like left alone here while Rui goes for that flank play.
Good scouts each shot on
And
each
Rui's gonna
other.
get picked out. Oh, now it's another salvage time. But CC cannot get those frags.
Cannot.
Looks like
Yeah.
Steve's just gonna opt to run over to second and just set up some traps as well. But
But he's gonna get chased out by the Sister again.
Late demo death. They need to capitalize on that.
Yep, and the Koreans actually just spawn camping here, and they might even get. Oh,
They're
wow,
getting
now
two
they're
frags.
getting so
Wait.
many frags.
They might
Rui
got
didn't
3
die.
frags.
Rui is stuck
Rui
behind
surely
him.
he
He's
died
going
now,
for the 1v1
man.
against Scout, but
Surely,
the
surely.
Scout is pulled off.
Baxter behind right now. But they'll
Oh,
last.
Baxter's already at last.
No, Baxter, you don't have to die here. You can just wait for a team to use your Uber ad.
They
And
did
that was
one
exactly
of
what
their
they're doing.
last push
The
because
only
of
part left here,
Baxter.
but unfortunately, AKZ gets dropped before they even get to use the Uber. But I do think they are still going to push on the
They was
side,
gonna
they are
try to
still
go in the
pushing
force
left
here.
side. And they do use through this left side. They're getting a bit of space on the point, but they're not really getting any frags out of it. And they don't really get any positioning out of it
And
either. And
they're
now
getting
the
They will get a
left
huge
left
bomb.
on them.
Well, it's just.
It's like the Koreans never learn their lesson of like rushing last too fast. They always like rushing last, like especially lobby 1 by 1. They don't do it like as a team, then somehow like one of them gets dropped or die early. And they always do that when they're pushing last. It's already the 2nd time.
Not just that, I feel like the Koreans clumped up at the end of the Uber trade there. I mean, not the trade, just the Uber ad push. They just clumped up after they didn't manage to get much space. That should never happen. They,
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Striker is pressuring our last cam. Never didn't spot him, but he did get spotted by Rui. And Never's
And
gonna
he's
fight
taking
him.
this 1v1, but he loses it.
He got cleaned up
wait, the
instantly.
Uber popped out by
Now
Rhodes
Sezzy is
though.
actually into choke.
Oh, they did manage to get a demo
Get the
back.
demo as well.
They got a scout
Oh,
too.
and as well as the scout.
Looking like he's gonna get a soldier. They do get the soldier. They could continue chasing here, that they need to actually, but they're gonna have to just stack the capture, deny 2 and take second for free. Just like,
Yep. And now it's important to note that the Koreans actually have really big Uber and they're opting to push through this cafe area here and they might even pick up Neighbor, but they do not get Neighbor. But now Red Team is completely aware that their team is actually pushing through this door, so it's gonna be really easy for them to get the force.
they do not have a scout.
Use a threat here, and they might actually catch two here. They do catch space and they might even catch a soldier as well. And you do get 2 out of this Uber. This is actually a really good Uber and they are opting to snowball this Uber straight into second. Now a soldier is actually caught in front of that cafe. It looks like he's gonna get pressured, but he's not gonna go down yet.
Oh, they
Nice.
did manage to get a match.
Wait.
They did manage.
Oh no.
Downtown. For now, CC's on the map, but he gave them a soul.
Oh, picked him up.
It
Down,
was a
down.
perfectly synced by both the soldiers and the demo man of
Oh,
the
Rose running in. Will he
routine.
get a match? Oh, he
And he
won't.
doesn't. And these are actually really late deaths for Rose Island, so they could actually just push last year, but it looks like they're just gonna opt to get the Uber and just play this really big Uber ad. Now we just have to hope that none of them get dropped during this Uber.
Yeah, now if they take lobby at the same time, I think it should be fine for them. And then
Are they gonna go top right?
Yeah, it looks
I
like
think they're going for punch push.
Dungeon,
I
very
mean,
interesting.
actually,
But
they
this is
might not even have
no?
to, but they opt to use you instead. Now, this The entire team is in. The combo is actually straight in behind the point.
Oh, Sony's caught. They got both Sony. All they have to do is just play the points, shoot the stickies. Will they do it though? They're beefing on the stickies.
They're taking their sweet time with this push. Since the override is so gigantic, they just get it in the end. They didn't even need to play point. They just moved the other team back into spawn.
Rhodes is just kind of caught in their own spawn there. They really needed to have more players out on the right side where the Uber wasn't coming in from.
Especially considering that the override was like 80 or something for the Korean side. They need to have
back on these mid.
Alert. The control point is being
moves them was roughly the same time. Fragment's gonna
Power is going for early snap, hitting their med for 30 and going back to their cafe. Now blue team's aware of all and all, it's gonna get caught.
But Baxter
Seems
getting
like-
really good damage
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Sua.
He does manage to get the
Best player
death
still
side.
surviving in cafe and he got Rui. And now it's only a DM5 for Chester. Chester, my boy. He might get through. Never mind.
Getting out of it. And now
Korean is almost out of the
second half
Korean
this
side.
Korean team, because the Korean team does actually have really big Urag here.
They
They're
didn't
probably
lose
just
anyone.
able to straight to last. And it looks like they're already on second. They already have lobby control as well, and they're already pressuring in last.
They already got one. And they got Rui as well from the spawn.
This looks like a really textbook last push here. All they have to do is just lock down the spawns and just Uber into them as they come out. But unfortunately, the second cave is coming in a bit slow. And it looks like they're just trying to kite this out a bit. Probably just wait for their players before they repush. And yeah, they are
Group here, yeah.
And now they are repushing after regrouping, and they're pushing into this top right area. They get in through for free. They haven't even used yet. This is actually really good for the current team. And they actually so they really do have to clean up on all these tracks. But wow, they just dropped everyone with their Uber. They dropped both scouts, they dropped the soldier, and now they just have to run with their like. Yep, they're just out valley. They can't really do much here. But Neighbor is on the hunt. He is trying to get this frag, trying to land on the medic.
Oh,
But
but
Chen
Jenna's
does
taking with a
the
nice
power.
serve.
It looks like he's gonna fall for that as well.
Yep.
Now to bet is
Oh,
actually
and Ruiz-
two pipes.
Oh.
2 pipes says he.
Chester got piped by Diva. That is some
Koreans
unlucky
are
timing.
repushing from well. Oh wait, never mind. I thought Rose entered.
No, definitely they gave the Koreans enough time to set up second for force them. Like, if Red wanna push out from last, it's gonna be hard.
What's the plan here though? It's really sizable. It was really sizable ad for Rhodes. It still is. Don't know if they will.
Oh, Bester went for a spy play.
Yeah.
Huh. He's just doing
But
his
I don't
thing.
think Rhodes is going to push on this. The Uber ad's diminishing really quickly, and they're still in lobby. I don't think they're going to take this push. Looks like it's
Yeah,
even
well,
out.
well.
I really hope they don't
Whether
take
they
this
still
push. It's
think.
going to be disastrous for them if they do.
Oh, I
But
think
nah, it
someone's
looks like they just
offered
hoping.
Bester already. Is it?
I doubt it. But it looks like now they're just going to regroup on last. They're just going to hold last here, and they're just going to wait for. I don't know, just wait for this back to spy play. But I think they are aware of it though, because Alt is actually on Pyro, but he swaps off. Maybe they're unaware of it. Who knows at this point?
Yeah, I think Rui accidentally chip shot Bester when he's cooking. That's why they know.
Oh,
But now
Back
this
to
is actually where the
something.
Koreans. Now this is actually where the Koreans shine, because the Koreans are really good at playing this really slow game, and they're really good at playing on like all these weird off classes and stuff. They really are the gimmick kings of Asia. But Rhodes Island is just aware of this. I really doubt Baxter is gonna get much out of this, but it's really important for the Koreans to actually pressure into last year, but they're just sitting comfortably on second. They're not even trying to poke for Baxter. This is actually really questionable. There's no distraction from him or anything.
there's a
And
counter
Baxter-
spy coming though. Rui is gonna be going in from lower.
Rui spy.
But Rui does get spotted though. They haven't spotted Baxter. Wait, have they? He's down to 40 HP. How did that happen?
He got accidentally blasted by Otario when Otario's trying to rocket jump. Then
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
he
but
was
he can take the small pack.
what's Baxter trying to do? He's just sipping
I think
on
he's
that.
sitting there, yeah, wait for a good
Yeah, but
timing.
he's actually in on second. Oh, but he is going to die for this, so he doesn't get much out of it. And actually, he even gets air shot. Anyway, now we still see Baxter in
Oh,
top
he
right.
is in
hasn't
position,
done
though.
anything yet.
Now
Yeah,
all they need to do is pressure lobby a bit.
It looks like Sua is just really aware of this. And yeah, Koreans are actually pushing into lobby. They are pressuring a little bit. And it looks like this might even be a double sat. Yep. They have a soldier
Strikers
jumping
just
in,
gonna
creating
fly.
real distraction, lands on 3 stickies, and Baxter has not done anything.
He's still-
I'm just gonna get off his cam, man.
But now, if you look at Rhodes, they're actually trying to bust bottom left here, and they do actually manage to get through.
Nice focus by ult. Oh my god. Holy shit. He gets a force and he picks up a scout. That is so nice.
Yep, and Baxter actually does go down on last as well, so now they don't have to worry about the threat of a spy backup anymore. And now it's full ad for red team. And it looks like it's just going to be a free second as well because the Koreans are actually positioned really far back. It doesn't look like they're going for the force here actually.
No sticks on Shutter. He does have passive stickies though on the stairs and the fence on Choke.
But Baxter is up on side, but he's taking this valley angle here, and he might... Nah, it doesn't look like he's going to get much out of valley, but he is just in the whole mid. And now red team is going to be pushing right into the sniper, so they might have to use True here around this corner. And they do use True actually. But Janice is already far out, and they're not really going to get much out of this viewer as well actually.
But now blue team is going for a back cap from their flank scout, and I think they have Rui and Never chasing him. As well as their combo. Mid should be free. Yeah, they get me free, but they haven't spot ult in cafe, or they did spot him now.
But now it's really big Uber ad for the Koreans, and they're opting to push through cafe here. And
Never and Rui's pressure on back cap for me. I think best turn is to swap off. Bots. Oh, Striker's beating on Rui.
Blue medic does go down, Janice. So does the demo. The soldiers just bombed in. There was no scouts or anything. ITHACA, or should I say Tibet, couldn't do anything against the combined strength of Never and ult.
But Striker is actually behind him here, so it really is up to him to go for a play. And I doubt they're really aware of this actually. Because
I don't think they're aware of it.
Yep,
Yeah,
Rhodes is
they are
actually
not aware
opting to go
of him.
straight to second here. They're actually positioning towards Cafe here. And both soldiers are already in taking space through choke. And it looks like Cafe is completely free, and Nero does manage to defuse the stickies. Even though
This is in forward spawn again. Busting
Good
up.
guys.
yep. But now you have to see that.
Oh, Striker is going in for the map,
When
but
he's not going to get the force. And now it's actually a really big Uber ad for this red team here, and they do have to take Uber straight to last. And this is actually a really good opportunity for them to get around. And they're actually opting to take 2 scouts in through under. And they do get a lot of space.
most is on point.
And now they're just trying to bait the cap here. And Space is just bringing down Slam for the high ground. And now Neva is jumping in straight for the point. There's huge damage on point, but at least they do get the force. Unfortunately, they took a bit too long with that Uber, so they didn't really manage to get the full Uber. I mean, they didn't really manage to get the ad. They didn't really manage to use the ad it's like effectively. Anyway, it looks like it's going to be second for the Koreans. And they might even block demo here, so they might even take this mid fight. But
They are gonna do exactly that. Teddy's just gonna walk in. He's gonna pick up a scout. Gets good damage on the medic. Actually, not the other scout. Correction.
But the tripod is going in the favor of Rose Island. The demo might go down as
goes
well. It's
down.
a late demo there.
It's a late
Yeah, and
demo.
he's actually on the chase. He's fighting last year, but he opts to not commit for it. But they are taking the heals into top left. It looks like they really want to get this last point. And now Rui and his soldiers really on last. But they do manage to get the up because Baxter stops it. That is a really clutch play by Baxter.
Oh, Sua is going to go down
Wait, what?
too? Yeah, Sua's gonna go down.
He's just dead on himself and died.
We didn't catch that. What?
I think he's not aware of there's a sticky below his feet, you know?
Probably not.
Secure the control point.
Anyway, it is going to even out here. But the onus really is on Rhodes Island to go for a play here because they are 1 round down. And
It's
there's
just
only
1 round,
4 minutes left to talk.
Yeah, it's just 1 round.
And
It's
they
still
do have the
global
Koreans
for
on their second, so they could afford to do all
There
kinds
is
of
only 4 minutes
crazy
left on the clock. So the Koreans really do just have to stalemate this, and they have a really good chance of actually winning this map. They really just have to not make any huge mistakes. Now Alt is actually in from Valley, but he does get airshot and denied, and they actually lose 2 soldiers here. And now the Koreans are opting to take this Uber straight into choke. AKZ is really creating a lot of space in choke. He does clear the trap, but Rui is on him, trying to go for the force, but he does get pressured back.
Oh, it's only 60 left. It's an easy force for the Korean side.
Oh no, it looks like Red Team really overstayed their welcome there after losing so many players. And now Janice has full rad, and they might even convert this round.
Yeah.
They're going to
I
take
think Red Team
this
is
space. Okay.
indecisive of what they are doing. Their team is not in sync.
Never and
But
all do pick up both the
Korean teams
scouts.
Yeah, they are actually losing a lot of players, even though they do have Uber ad. They probably should have just used the Uber onto that scout and just saved them and gotten like 1 or 2 frags, but I guess they want to milk it for last. But a scout is actually on the med though, hits him for 70. But he
Genesis is fine.
Yep.
He's
You
trying
might
to make a hero play, but it's better for him to stay alive.
The spawns are coming in before Rhodes gets the cap though, so the Koreans still could try repushing this, but
Yeah, especially since they do have a really slight Uber ad here, but it looks like they just want to sit comfy on second. They really do just want to run down this clock so that they, they can just win the map. They're just trying to play it safe.
oh well.
Rhodes really needs to go for a desperate play, especially the hero play for their soldier.
Yeah, but they really do only need 1 force to just even out the game. They did,
That's all it
I feel like
takes.
That's all
I
you
feel like it really is up to Janus here. As long as Janus doesn't use, and as long as they don't lose too many players here, this map is pretty much in the bag.
And we see both
But-
solid forming in, one landing cafe, one landing show.
And it
Hey,
looks like they're actually
trade.
trying to go for a trade here on second. But
They lost one of their solid.
Now
And the
this
HP
trade-
is
The trade is not gonna achieve anything, but
the HP is so bad.
needs to
Sua
get out.
might get
Well,
buffed.
just-
a room might even die.
And now both squads are actually pressuring their way into choke. They really are just trying to take this. But they are slowing down. They're trying to play it safe. Now a soldier is close. He does do a lot of damage to the demo.
Does he pick up
He
too?
do get picked off. Now the Koreans are in. They're trying to get all these frags out on mid. And Baxter just came in from behind and gets a frag. And now he is distracting a scout right now. Binia is on him, pressuring him out. Now both scouts are trying to fight mid here. They do not want to give this up, but they do lose 2 for it. They lose 2 scouts, and those are really late deaths actually. And now they lose Neva as well. It looks like they just threw the kitchen sink at them.
They just bashed their head into the kitchen sink. What just
Yeah.
happened?
Control point.
And now Janus has really big Uber hack here, and since there's only a minute left on the clock, this round is pretty much in the bag for the Koreans.
Oh.
Now I think it's yeah,
I feel like
that's
that.
what they have put.
I'm not sure. But it
Oh,
looks
he's
like
going in
they're
alone.
going for a big play.
Now they have pressure in choke, but 4 players are counted at choke. Will their demo do enough damage?
And they do manage to get the points here, but it looks like they are going to lose Sua. Oh no, they don't.
Oh, they don't lose to it, but they, in return of
They're
losing
just
all the
trying to
players.
back behind on mid.
Oh, but Rui 2-shot AKC when he's low HP. Oh, but the Koreans
But
got
the
it.
soldiers yeah, the Korean
the
soldiers just
soldiers-
cleaned out all the frags. And this might
Clean
even
up
be a round.
right.
Yep, not gonna matter in the end. There's
Yep.
map for the Koreans.
So we're going
And-
for third man.
It looks like our wish came true. We do get to see a 3rd map coming out here this series.
Oh boy.
There's a threat for Janus.
We
Consolation.
predicted the 1 win difference.
The 1 win. We predicted 3-1, I'm pretty sure. Or was it 3-2?
3-2, so like 1 win
Alright.
difference. Smile.
File. Let me just pull up the logs.
I feel like this map would have been way more decisive. I feel like Ithaca, like the Korean team, is pretty much in control of the entire map there. It's just that they beefed a few last pushes here and there, and that caused them to get like pushed back onto their own last. But unfortunately, Rhodes Island didn't manage to convert any rounds either. I feel like Rhodes Island may have lost like the decisiveness that they had in the first map because they really were overstaying their welcome, like most of these pushes, and that's why they managed, and that's why they got caught out. Like basically every push, got caught, or even CZ got caught. You know. I feel like they really do just have to cut their losses, especially since this is a match.
Yeah, and also one thing, CC might be like on his blacking out stage, you know, like his brain got powered off or something. That happens to him quite a lot of times where like his main call is not decisive enough, especially like on 5 minutes or so, both of the red team saw this set, right? But then he didn't initiate a trade on choke or neither, or he just run off. But then he just like sit at Tetris and wait for his whole team to die. That's a questionable play by CC.
Logs are up.
I mean, like, yeah, at that time, right, it's one of those like CC brain died moment, you know. And that's
And now, if
unfortunate
we were
for
to look at the
Rhodes.
logs here. Now, I guess if we were to look at the logs, one thing that I do want to look at is the fact that Sua actually died 3 more times compared to Janus. And also, unfortunately, Alt did not really have a good game there. I feel like he was just going for a lot of these solo sacks, and his team wasn't really pressuring that hard either. But I guess, the logs, they don't really tell the full story, because even though it was 1-0, and even though the damage and the kills are pretty even, I do feel like the Koreans were pretty much in control the entire game.
Yeah, but it's just their last push is questionable. They always have like one player staying in lobby while the rest of the team is on second, then the one player got caught in lobby. Especially when they're pushing last. Or their scouts are just being cocky and doesn't want to use and gets punished. That happens like to the Koreans a lot of times.
Yeah, it looks like the Koreans really do need just that tad, like a little bit more, like just a little bit more coordination, and they could just secure this they could just secure the series. And I don't know, I guess for Rhodes Island, they really do just have to get that decision making back on point, because it really wasn't on point last map. They were overstaying their welcome. They weren't really going for all the opportunities that they could have, and they didn't really support their soldier sacks either.
Yeah, speaking of like supporting Saudi sacks, I think if the Koreans like actually support their Saudi sacks, they might
so much
like
value out of
they
it.
might even they will get more value. Especially like Besta is a really DM warlord. If they also support Besta on his sacks, right, they have like a really huge chance on having a success force on Suwa, but they never like support Besta sacks anytime. They never do that in both the maps. So if they do this in this map, I think they might secure this series.
But I feel like if the Koreans do manage to like just slow down the game like they did earlier, because earlier one of the reasons that they won that map was just because of how slow they played it. They just ran in single soldier sacks, they ran sniper, they ran spy, and they really just take down the time. So I feel like if they could replicate that on process as well, I feel like this series might be, it might be won by the Koreans, which I think, I'm not really sure who's like the favorites to win this game or who's the underdog, but I do think that the Koreans are kind of the underdog this game, right?
Yeah, they have they have more newer blood than Rhodes does. All the names you see in Rhodes, they've been playing since AFC13, AFC12.
Yeah, definitely. They're very well established in the scene.
Yeah, Koreans do have a lot of established names though. Like they have Tibet, ITHACA, Janus.
Yeah.
But the new blood comes in the form of AKZ, Vinya, and Striker, who started grinding like 6 months ago. They were originally going to sign up for Div 2, but ended up grinding really hard, and they got really good really fast. So they just signed up for Div 1 instead.
Yeah. It really is impressive how fast they improved.
Yeah, it's really impressive what they did.
Anyway, so what do you guys think is going to be the scoreline for this map? I honestly think that, like I mentioned earlier, if the Koreans do manage to just slow down the game and just play the game that they want, like, the way that they want to play it, I do think that the Koreans could actually clash out this map, and I feel like it's going to be maybe a 2-1.
I think if the Korean scouts give like more respect to the red team solis, then they will secure this map, because like they die to a lot of cocky moments, like just don't want to use, but then ends up getting demolished by the red team soli, and they need to stop doing that and like use earlier to save their life.
Yep, that is true. They really do need to stop dropping AKZ, the pocket scout, on these last pushes especially.
But I think it's
Now,
like,
what do you think?
or like not to use, just to like kill that one soli, but ends up getting refrag, But
Yeah.
that usually cost their last push, but if they stop doing that, I think they might secure this map as well. Because it's like one of the really decisive factor. You win last, you win the game, but if you lose last, right, then you lose the game. All they have to do
That is true.
Yeah, and all they have to do is just
be really up on the Korean side here. So, Lego, right before we start, who do you think is going to win this map?
Rhodes, since I feel like the soldiers on the Rhodes side are a little bit more impact than the Korean soldiers on process, especially.
Yep.
And yeah, I think that's just gonna be the deciding factor. Everything else is pretty even.
So you really are placing this win on like the shoulders of the soldiers, basically.
Yeah, like process against when these two teams play, it's really the soldiers who do all the work. Like
that is true.
Like Baxter and Striker really need to step up if they need to get the.
Yeah, I would really like to
carries.
see like more coordination coming out of Baxter and Striker, because you know they really do seem to be playing their own games. But I guess it is kind of working out. Anyway, Mr. Mans, what do you think is gonna happen this game, this map?
100% a Rhodes win, man.
You really do think that this is their best map?
Yeah. Like, I think Rhodes, like, Process is probably the best map for Rhodes, in my opinion. Like, what do you think that's the case?
I disagree with that. I'm pretty sure it's Gully, but yeah, Process. I haven't seen them play recently that much, so I can't say much.
I think it's gonna go 4-1, man.
4-1.
4-1,
That's a
yeah.
stretch. I was hoping like a 1-round win maybe for Rhodes, like by just 1 round, you know. But 4-1 is looking kinda. I don't know. I'm hoping for a 2-1. 2-1 for Rhodes.
Alright.
Hey, what's your prediction, TJ?
Oh, I said that was gonna be 3-2 in favor of the Koreans. So I guess I'm kind of like the odd one out here. But I do think that, you know, because they won last match, I feel like they're just gonna carry the momentum forward. Or well, not really the momentum, but the fact that they are able to slow the game down and really play off these off classes. I feel like that's one of their win conditions at this point, because, you know, I'm pretty sure, as like all of us know, since we all play in the Asian scene, we're all familiar with how good Baxter is at all these off classes, right? And you know, that's just their win condition in my opinion. But you know, like you said, Rhodes Island does have, you know, better coordination, and on paper they are the better team. But you know, if they just don't play well this map, if they don't have like the decisiveness that they had like on the first map, it's gonna be pretty hard for them to win this.
If the Koreans just do what they did on Sunshine, they just slow it down to a tit, and then hold up. There's a
Okay, looks like it's starting.
there's a man calling me on Steam.
There it is, I see. Interrupting the stream, I see. But anyway, on these mids, I feel like the person that I want to watch is just Striker, because Striker, I think he always jumps in first, and he really does try to create the space for his team because Huey isn't around anymore. Now we see the Koreans actually rolling up towards his left side here. They are taking this top left height, and they are actually committing through this deep left area. So this is kind of just a mirror mid, and they are just trying to slow this mid down as much as possible. Neighbor does eat a lot of damage on the height, and actually the help on the red team is actually pretty bad right now. And Striker actually goes in for a bomb. He does U-turn out though, but now Baxter is in as well, and it looks like Rhodes Island is just in the corner right now. They kind of just backed up into the corner.
Completely shuts down Neighbor. He's gonna forward into space, gonna bring him down to 99 HP. Pistol down Sezi, looks like. And wait, hold up. Alright, he does get it, yeah. Space doesn't have a choice, just gonna die eventually. Oh. As we predicted.
I feel like one thing that like kind of like lost the mid for Rhodes Island is the fact that the soldiers kind of went in a bit too early. Their team wasn't really ready to spot them, and it kind of jumped on height a bit too early.
Exactly.
And you know, they just got pressured off.
They just,
and right after they got pressured off, both soldiers just committed in for the bomb.
What we predicted came to fruition. The Koreans did slow it down, and then
yeah,
Rhodes,
they just went for that mirror mid.
Yeah, Rose just got.
And now they are. Yep, and now they are pushing last here with this really significant Uber advantage. And now they're just in lobby. They're going to use this 2-4. They do spot the gun, but Tibet actually gets blasted away, and you don't really get much out of this. You do manage to get a soldier fracture, but AKZ dies again. The Uber really does manage to get a hit shot.
Wait, Swat does die to Baxter though, and
yep, he got found in the high ground. And it looks like Janice just escaping in lobby, but he's getting chased down by a scout here. Sezi is on him. He does manage to clean him up. And now he's gonna get a demo fact here as well, and it looks like it's gonna be a full wipe for the Korean team.
Alert. Our control point is
boy.
Man, I'm not sure if you caught that, but AKZ yet again he was dropped during the Uber and he died to a sentry gun.
oh.
it's not his night tonight. It really isn't.
Oh boy. Yeah, I saw I saw Tibet bomb in, but he just shot the soldier. He forgot to completely just ignored the sentry, and they didn't even clean up the soldiers afterwards. So it was really sloppy, the last push. But still, Process is one of the Korean strong maps.
Definitely, definitely. And now we see that, you know, Rhodes Island, they do have a slight Uwe advantage here, and it looks like they want to use this. But AKZ, oh no, he was sniping, but he swapped back off the scout. And it looks like Rhodes Island, they want to take this through IT. They really want to try catching them with this Uber. And it actually is possible because Janus is actually standing on point here. If they use this Uber through lower IT right now, they are so caught. It looks like they're into upper IT. AKZ is... Wait. Oh no, that's Rhodes Island. My bad. And Rhodes Island just gets in straight through IT. And Stezzy is just trying to tunnel the medic. The medic is currently 46 health on side by, and he almost has Uber as well. But they don't manage to clean out that frag, and most of them just die as well.
I don't know, they all just took their own fights, I feel like, while the Koreans were just deathballing the whole time, and yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if Rhodes Island just collapsed on point there, they would have gotten so much more out of their Uber because Janus was only 50 health that entire time.
That was so weird. So like, Sezzy was like pistoling the medic from like 10 meters away, then like Alt was fighting a soldier, Neighbor was fighting the soldier with him, and then Space was, I don't know what Space was doing. And then Rui was just trying to help Sezzy, and then it was all really disconnected.
Yep, and it looks like the Koreans are actually opting to push through this fast forward area. They really don't want to use this on second, so they're just trying to play it slow. They do pick up Alt, so that's like the roamer down. And now they are taking this through lobby, but it is a really slight ad, and Rhodes Island is actually about to get the Uber, but it looks like they still want to take this. But it is going to be a trade, and they use through the door. This Uber is going to be a lot better for Rhodes Island. And they are trying to catch him with his Uber.
Sezzy does get dropped though. Tibet is quick to stickies on his feet.
But now the Korean team is actually trying to drive push in. That entire team is into 5, and Baxter is actually just owning them. He's just behind him in front of the force spawns, and he picks up a frag, and he picks up 2 frags actually. What that full super collapse from their soldiers, like from the Korean soldiers, was just amazing.
That was amazing. That was some Striker and Huey stuff coming in from Baxter and Striker.
Very true, very true. Who are you watching this mid, Mr. Lego?
I will be watching Striker. The demo POV is kind of smooth on these mids, so I'm just gonna watch the soldiers for a couple minutes.
Fair enough, fair enough. It looks like they aren't going for a mirror mid anymore because Rhodes Island actually does have a bit of presence on the right side, and they are pushing this deep right area, and they are actually just putting it clear across point. But the focus fire from both these scouts is just too strong, and they do manage to pick up 2 quick frags. But the health on the Korean team is actually really, really bad.
It's an arrow.
Oh wow, and Striker just picks up 2 quick frags, and now Sua is running away through 1. But he hasn't been healing, so it is a slight ad for Janus. But I'm not sure if they're aware of it, but you know, the Koreans, they like going on this they like going in on these small Uber pushes, so they might actually try. But Scout is actually
gonna power through, unfortunately. Neighbor does have the heals on his side, and Alt's just gonna pick him up, but he does get the trade though. So
yeah,
that's nice.
And I think you can tell what's gonna happen after this. I can smell the off toss coming. Especially since they have 1 round up, they're just gonna slow down the game. And yep, I was right, AKZ is actually up on Sniper.
AKZ on Sniper. Dangerous, dangerous man. You wanna look out for him. You don't wanna sleep when this man's on Sniper.
Exactly, you don't wanna give him that sideline because if he has like that 1 shot, there's a high chance that he drops your medic. But I'm pretty sure that Rhodes Island actually expects this because their med is staying in such a passive position. They're not even trying to hold lobby or anything. The med is just hiding behind the wall. But Space is actually kind of in lobby and he's kind of by himself right now. But anyway, I doubt much else is gonna happen. We just really have to wait for a sniper to actually get the frag. But Rui is actually going in for an aggro peek here. He does manage to get a body shot onto AKZ, but he does get pressured away from the enemy team. Soldier does manage to get it through 1 though. Tries to go for the sack, but doesn't get much out of it.
He gets punished.
Ooh. And now the Koreans are actually 2 down here, so this is actually going to be it's going to signal blue team to actually just run away. Wow.
Damn, Rui really sucked up on Sniper. I didn't realize the Sniper.
Yeah, he hit like 2 headshots there, or 3 maybe?
3? Yeah.
But now if you look at the way the Koreans are positioned, they're actually holding really close choke. They really do want to take this trade. But it looks like they're just going to let it even out.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, Tibet has that stuff on lockdown.
For sure, for sure.
Alt is
But
gonna
Alt is
say.
actually in, landing on their medic. Does get instantly annihilated by Tibet.
Oh,
But
Space.
the trade comes out by Space. Space with his signature sewer trap.
Wait, was he even watching it? He was on.
He was.
He was. Wait,
I think he was. Now Neighbor is actually in for the counter strike. Does hit a pretty decent direct onto the medic, but doesn't get much else. Now Vinilla is actually in on Rui in IT, but he doesn't commit for the frag. Striker is actually in on the scout. He does manage to get him, but he does trade his life for it, unfortunately. But at the end of the day,
Also gonna fly in
Alt is
again.
actually in IT.
Oh. Overflicks
That's
again.
managed to get much out of it. But you know, at the end of the day, as long as like the Koreans are just burning down time off the clock, this is actually beneficial for them. It's already, you know, 10 minutes have already passed. They only have like another. Oh wait, Baxter is actually into low IT. Does try going for a sack. Does get a bit denied though. Doesn't manage to get out of it.
I mean, you could
But
try
yeah,
to
like-
burn off time, but it's 31 minutes, man. How long can you do it? You know.
Neighbor does actually manage to get in, and he drops the medic. Hits
And he
two
picks up
drops
AKZ.
on the Janus. I know they're just using all the plays here.
Only one thing. Not gonna be able to do much. He's gonna go down to Rui.
The control point is being contested.
Now, if we had like instant replay, I would have loved for you to let's like go back to that neighbor camp because he hit 2 crisp directs onto Janus, and Janus just did not have the time to react to it.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
And now it's full rad on the side of Rhodes Island, and it looks like they just want to take this train to last. Seji is already taking lobby. And blue team, they don't even have any off-caster stuff. They only have a sniper. They have no gun. They have no heavy. This looks like it's gonna be a good round for them to win. And they used to super tree. They aren't going to get much out of it, but they are going to get some cap presence here. But Sezi does not clear the shot and he just dies to them instead. But the soldiers of Rhodes Island
so
actually
much.
coming in.
But unfortunately, they was gonna receive the scatter shot before he receives the arrow. Gonna go down. Really is trying to leave with his medic. He's getting chased down by the whole of Korea right now.
All the players on the Korean team are really low though, and Rui is actually just chatting it. He's trying to get all these frags.
He's trying to stay
And you know
in.
what, because the fact that they're so low,
He doesn't want to give
Rhodes
up.
Island is actually opting to repush this.
They could go. The HP on the Korean side is really bad right now. They could try something.
Yeah, but it looks like they just want to play this Ura ad.
They just
Wow,
wanna-
Rui really just turned on Chad mode there, and he basically secured second cap
He
for
stood his
team.
ground. He didn't want to leave second.
Yeah, and that is why I think Rui is one of the top players of this team actually.
Rui's one of
And
Rui's one of the best pocket scouts in Rhodes Island, guys. Did you know?
And now they're thinking they're super into 3, but Space does get a little bit juggled, and they do lose Neighbor during the Uber as well. They're not really going to get much out of it.
Control point is being contested.
But they are going to pick up the soldier maybe, but the soldier does get arrowed. It looks like they're just going to have to leave here. They're not really getting much out of this. And says he does die at the end of that Uber.
Oh boy.
Alert.
80%. 80 just said what to do. No scouts either. They're getting one scout though for the mid hole or like mid force, as you wanna call it.
Yep. But now, if you look at the Korean POV, they're actually in IT, and I don't think they've been spotted yet. This could be a really good chance for them to get a lot of frags here if they're caught. And the med is actually caught on point. The bidder is actually that is shot. The med does instantly kill Sua. Now all they have to do is just play around Janus. They just have to make sure Janus doesn't die here. And Janus is actually really safe on point, and both of his scouts are just rotating around him. But
Rui is sniping.
sniping in first one, but he just hopped off.
Gonna stop off.
That was so clean by the Korean team, but Sua was really out of position as well. He should have been playing back in his own choke, even in IT. But you know, instead he was just standing on the point, and he just gets instantly annihilated by Tibet.
Maybe he had trust in Space to deny
The
Tibet's
IT
jump.
area?
Yeah, because Space
Yeah.
had a trap on the door. He just missed, just there a little bit later after the demo jump through.
Yeah, just a little bit of a risky play, I guess, if that was the case.
Yeah.
But now,
Then again, no
again-
one was spotting in IT.
Yeah.
So.
but now Koreans actually have a really big URAD. It's basically a 40% URAD here, and they're already starting to take a bit of space in lobby. Actually, no, they're opting to go in through door 2 here, and they're actually walking in. They're not even using, and they get so much space on this last point. They're actually opting to take this Uber in through top. But the entire combo is just going 2 different directions, and the gun has not died yet, and they're not getting any frags out of this yet either. And the health on the Korean team is actually really bad, and they're forced to just leave.
Wait, the counter
And now-
was coming in from Rhodes?
Yeah, the counter blow comes out, and they are going to manage to get this one frag, I think.
Wait.
Or maybe not.
Okay, they get the scout. It's the soldier. There's a guy on
Soldier is
life
actually
though.
in behind. He's doing so much damage to the enemy team. Everyone on Rhodes Island is just 1 health. But the Korean team is already out. They're just holding their ground on second. They really don't want to lose the second point here. Baxter is actually in on last, landing straight onto the demo, and the scout is actually in as well. They're going for this chaos there. But they don't really manage to get much out of it. So they did manage to get Sewer down to 30 HP, but they do manage to clean up that frag. And I guess that is just the Korean special. They really do just like going for these plays, even though they seem kind of unorthodox. They just want to go for it because the other team just doesn't expect it. And like now, these Koreans are just in again. Baxter is just in. He does die for it though, and he drops Sewer down to 50 health. And Soldier does land on Janus. Janus does have full Uber. He has 40 HP. He might drop there, but he's opting to milk
He
it.
did hit some pretty nice stalkers, but didn't manage to clean it up. Ooh,
Janus is kind of cocky though. They're going to have to use his Uber. And they do manage to force him at least. And Janus, he's flashing so much.
catchable here.
Space.
Oh my lord!
Space goes huge there. Catches 2 players. And now all they have to do is just keep them alive. And they'll have Urad. Rui does do the 1v1 in Sewer though.
2 soldiers
They
behind.
do have 2 soldiers behind, but
They haven't spotted Striker. They have
it looks
spotted
like they just
Investor
need
though.
enough.
Striker gonna get neighbor. It's a nice rocket run to Sewer. Have anyone to follow it up.
Point is being captured.
Well, it's gonna be 40 for Rhodes.
Yep,
Yes,
and they're going to block 2 soldiers here as well, so it looks like this is going to be a free second point here as long as they don't lose any players. But Rhodes Island, they're going through this IT area, but they do get spotted really early. A soldier does land on their medic though. Sewer is down to 30 HP in front of Sewer, but he does hit a pretty nice stuff. He gets out, he maintains his life, and he does still have his Uber advantage here on last. But this Uber advantage is really slight though. They're going to have to go on the dot. Because, you know, it's only a 10% added this one actually.
The gun hasn't been set up though. That's a good thing for Rhodes.
Yep, Rui is actually in through 4, taking a bit of space. The gun does die really early, but Blue team is about to come up on the Ubers here. And it's going to be a trade. Now, they do lose one during the Uber, but the Uber is better for the Korean team. AKZ is really bullying their Uber. They do manage to kill the demo here, but they do have significant point presence, and will they stop this? They do manage to get soldiers on it.
All cylinder, it's a nice rocket onto Janus.
Yep, and Sezi even managed to get a scout, but Sewer does manage to catch a pipe there.
Well, it's just salvage time. What can you get, Chester? He gets a soldier. He's still in. He's 60 damage on Janus. Not gonna get anything else. They were in though.
Neighbor might actually get something out, but he gets spotted by a soldier and he just dies. That's just unlucky timing. He saw him walk through 5. This is really a back and forth game though, but Rui is actually in lobby taking a 1v1 against Vinia, but he does lose it. He went for the backup, but you know, sometimes you just don't win those 1v1s. But at the end of the day, the Korean team, they do have a significant Uber ad here, and you know, it feels like deja vu, right? It feels like we've been in this position before.
We've been in this position
They
before.
think this Uber into IT again.
They're going to IT
But let's see
again,
where
but
Suwa-
he's gonna be watching his trap this time though. That's the big question. Also gonna land on him.
position
No?
actually pretty far back. Ooh,
He was
Space
watching
does watch
it.
his trap, and he does manage to get a frag.
The control point is being contested.
They
In
could
fact,
just,
that was a little bit questionable from the inside.
yeah. I mean, they didn't spot anything at all. Actually, they just. I mean, that's good. They wanted to go fast, but maybe a bit
Yeah, but it
too
looks like they
fast.
are winning this DM fight though, and it looks like they're going to catch a demo here, and they're probably another scout as well. Oh, but Al just comes in, clutches down, clutches and kills that med. It's a sick air shot. Oh, and he gets another flag as well.
Oh, he picks up Max.
I'm not sure if you caught that on stream, but Al hit a pretty nutty air shot on Janus there.
Janus? Oh, I didn't catch the Janus one. Shit.
Unfortunate.
Very shoddy camera will come in from our production crew.
I wonder who's to blame for that. Anyway, it looks like Rhodes Island is actually taking some space in mid here. They do get into choke unscathed, and they are just full HP. And it looks like they might even get this mid cap here as well. Oh, but Suwa hits a nice arrow from across the map. Oh wait, no, that was Janus. I'm getting my name mixed up.
Oh. Oh, what? All
But it looks like they are just falling on mid here.
Vinia,
And
wait,
Baxter does get a shot on the medic, but he does beef it.
what's going on in
We get
IT?
one frag here,
There's
dude.
some mischief going on. Baxter picks up a soldier with his
Baxter hits
SMG.
a headshot.
Gets the demo too.
Oh, Baxter, man.
It feels like it kind of felt like Rhodes Island kind of got out DM'd. They kind of just lost the DM fight on point and they just like slowly lost players from then on. But Ree is on mid. Does go for a 1v1 backup, but he loses it. Anyway, full ad on the side of the Koreans here.
The control point is being contested.
Interesting.
It looks like they're going to take the Uber straight into the lobby. They haven't spotted anyone yet, but they are going to use this Uber true tree. Now they are moving over to the right side here, but they do not have the gun. And they haven't gotten
still
any
not
gun
in.
yet either. Ooh, but Baxter takes the shot to the med. Now all they have to do is just play cap here. They do have heals, and Baxter is just popping up left and right here. But it looks like the Korean team, you know, they just want to play it safe. They got the med earlier thanks to Baxter, and they just want to like retreat and just play this Urad again. And you know what? At the end of the day, this is actually just really good for them. They've already burned 20 minutes down the clock, and they are one round up.
They could try for a refight right now. Actually, no. Scratch that. It's gonna be really disastrous.
Yeah, it looks like they just want to play it slow. They just want to try getting this Urad because it is free. It's like a 20% Urad. It is pushable.
It's 30. Yeah. Even if they don't push, it's still pretty nice since they have Rhodes on their second. They have Rhodes on their back foot, and they're one round up. 11 minutes on the clock. Rhodes really does.
They do get to burn a bit of time here.
They're gonna give up
But
all that
look
speed.
at how good They're positioned. They're positioned all the way back in 2. They really don't want to get caught by this Uber, and they just want to get this Uber for themselves as well. And it looks like they are going to get it. Now the Queens are just going for this precious shower. Baxter does get in on the demo. Lands a bit of damage on the demo, but he does not manage to get a frag. Striker is getting close to this IQ area here though.
Oh, he gets arrowed and takes the frag.
It was really close. Anyway, I'm going to... And Alt is actually counter-attacking into IT. Does get denied by a scout though, but he is landing on their soldier. Doesn't manage to get out of it. And actually Neva and Alt both die, and so does Rui. This is kind of disastrous for the red team, and they're just gonna have to run all the way back to last. And actually, if the Koreans are fast hit, they could actually, you know, assert a lot of pressure on last and get a lot of space on the left side of last.
They can just waltz in right now. Nothing is
But it looks like
stopping.
it's... Baxter did try going for a speed shot, but doesn't hit the jump. But yeah, the Koreans are just sitting comfortably at this point, and Baxter goes in for another side. Lands directly on the medic! Oh, but Suwa just milks that. He was 20 HP, but he just
Also
milked
going for
it.
the counter. Gonna have a nice rocket on Striker. Is he still gonna go for it though? Seeing as how he has already spotted Janus and his position.
He is going for it though. Oh, lands straight onto the medic.
Oh my god.
Janus is 37 HP. Rui is pressuring him, but he does not cut the force. And yeah, it looks like they just want to slow down the game even more because look at that. AKZ is up on Cypher yet again.
Oh boy, Rui goes down.
Baxter is in. That's straight for Rui.
Rhodes does have the numbers there since Striker just spawned. They could try something, but seems like Sezi is just gonna call a trade here from IT. He's gonna just walk through.
They used a lot earlier though, and Janus has not even used the Zuber yet. They just used it. It is significantly better for them.
Sezi is getting caught here by the looks of it.
Almost straight still. And now we see Neighbor going down here as well. Tried salvaging that push a little bit. A soldier is in really early though, and he is going to go down. He gets a little bit baited by his team. Now it is only basically a 3v3 because Baxter is up on Cypher. Oh no, AKZ is up on Cypher. He does get pressured out. And Alt is actually in on mid, going in for a big bomb. Does so much damage to them. Does manage to pick up a Cypher frag. And looks like Rhodes is actually going to take this over, like take this space in mid. They are trying to muscle them here. But they are eating so much damage from Tibet. Tibet just hit 2 fights onto the demo. And this is just chaos at this point. They're in choke and the soldiers are in. The med is low. Oh, but Nero from the high ground just raining down rockets, cleaning up those cracks, protecting his team. Exactly what a Pocket should be doing.
He's got the Joshua out and he's doing his best impression right now.
But yeah, it looks like it's just gonna be even Ubers on last year. Koreans are gonna get their spawns up really soon as well. So the red team really does have to go for sacks, and they have to do it really quickly. And it looks like Seti just wants to take this trade in true too. And this trade doesn't look that bad. They do have a lot of players low on the enemy team.
Oh,
And Seti
bombs in a little bit too early.
Now the crowd's coming in here from Rhodes Island, and they are managing to get a lot of frags, and they have some cap time here as well. And now they just have to bait the cat, and this looks like a 1 round from Rhodes Island. That full super class really did win them that game, win them that round rather.
Really good stuff.
Yeah, Sezi's trades have been really good actually.
Yeah, they look questionable, like the kind of stuff you would do when you're like desperate, but in the end it all works out.
Yeah, it looks like Sezi has that decisiveness back.
The problem's been gone. Here's not the problem here.
Neighbor is actually bombing straight onto the medic, and they do manage to get a med, and they manage to get the demo as well. Now all they have to do is just keep their med alive.
Striker's gonna counter bomb, he's gonna pick up the med, and seems like he's gonna pick up all 2? Oh, all survives with 1 HP.
Almost. That was a really good salvage play from Striker and AKZ. But it looks like Rhodes Island is gonna get second off that, unfortunately.
We have secured. Alert.
It's gonna be
Control point is being captured.
slight ad for the Koreans though. 10 ad if you.
Doesn't seem that usable though.
I mean, I've seen Koreans push with crazier ad. One time I remember they built like hell. They got over in like 40 seconds or some crazy time. And then
Oh wow.
they pushed on like 5% ad and managed to like kill the medic and win the round. It was crazy.
That's a Korean